Or
I
maybe
would
they're even about to
say
go.
About 10 seconds.
10 seconds, that's even better.
And looks like Warriors RP is off. Snowcrows is off. And we'll see if they pull everything, including the champ, in one go, or if they just fight the mobs before the champ. Looks like Warrior still OP is not going to pull the champ.
Looks like they've gone into the little corner, which is gonna hopefully not give anyone a seizure.
Those are some beautiful camera angles.
Yeah, the camera angles in that corner are just absolutely terrible. But there goes the wipe to the iceberg wolf.
Abe.
That was not good. It looks like they're just gonna skip it instead of even kill it.
That is a smart thing if you can keep Agent Spire alive.
The thing about that wolf there is that it has an attack that does loads of AoE damage, but there is no tell or animation for it. It just happens. So if you aren't predicting it, if you don't prepare for it, if you don't block, then it will absolutely kill you. Agent Spire looks like she is having to deal with the wolf right now. She's gone back to attack. She's probably going to die. Yeah, it looks like she's died for Warrior still OP, but Snowcrows was able to get her through the room successfully.
Warrior still OP using a banner to res her after the mob's de-aggro. And they'll only be a few seconds behind Snowcrows at this point.
So we'll be coming up to path selection pretty soon now, as Agent Spire presses her button and flips her lever. And then after path selection, they'll go on to see Subject Alpha for the first time. He'll return a couple more times throughout this dungeon. And each time you will damage him to a certain percent of his health, and he breaks down into little oozes and runs away. But he always makes another appearance.
The Alpha in this path is probably the least threatening of all three paths. His big attack is basically an AoE, point-based AoE burst on himself that puts burning, which is pretty trivial as far as damage goes compared to some of the other alphas. Snowcrows has defeated the alpha and is moving on to the golem and laser room.
Nice use of a Frostbow 5 there for a quick battle.
Looks like Warrior still OP is getting close to making Alpha disappear. There he goes, and they're on through the hallway as Snowcrows comes up to the laser room.
Lasers.
Sharks with lasers.
Oh, jeez.
Looks like they are stacking stealth, and they're going to send Abe at least across to get to the far side of the laser room while everyone else kills the golems. Looks like they have golem aggro. That is a risky strategy. Oh boy.
It looks like they made it across, though. That is really fantastic.
That is really lucky. That is impressive. Those golems were definitely firing on them, and they managed to get across. Warriors still OP are fighting the golems as a group. Looks like Snowcrows is already done with the lasers. Their advantage is starting to grow. Assuming they have a clean fight here, their lead could get very big.
It looks like they're just going to fight the Mark T Golem out in the middle, Snowcrows, and have the warrior kill the protection turret as they go along. It looks like the Mark T has just run across the room as well with its spin.
Well, what I said about it being a clean fight, it doesn't look like that's going to happen, but they still might kill it fast enough anyway.
Definitely.
If Warrior still OP, however, can get a clean kill, it can put them right back into this. That stun field, though, doing some serious damage, followed by a laser. The general strategy that most teams employ here is to CC the golem in between the retaliation and protection turrets so that you can cleave both turrets and the golem at the same time with your attacks and your AoEs. Looks like Snowcrows has past the golem and is now into the hacking event. We'll see if they try the 5-0 method or 4-1. I expect that it's going to be 4-1.
You mean 1-4, right?
Oh, 1-4.
It actually, this looks interesting. Are they doing all 5 at the same time?
They are, and it looks like they're counting on the wave, arcane wave, to get the job done.
Fear me. Uh-oh. It looks like one of them got interrupted, though.
Oh, Abe got interrupted.
Oh, no.
It is the dreaded 4-1.
This is not
very
good.
bad for Snow Crows.
Run
This is going to give
away.
Warrior Still OP a chance to get back in this. They did the dreaded 4-1. That is a lot of golems they're going to have to kill now.
You know, if Abe just swapped to an Earth Attunement and used Obsidian Flesh, we wouldn't be having this problem.
So what's happened now, for you guys that may not be aware, basically Abe messed up the dungeon for everyone and just spawned about 1,000 golems that they'll all have to kill, unless they plan to have one person aggro and then go hack the terminal. But it looks like these golems are just going to absolutely destroy them and laser them down. Kinda messy.
That was a rough turn of events. And Warrior Still OP now has a humongous advantage.
Absolutely.
If they can have a clean Bjarl, they are going to upset Snow Crows in this path.
It looks like Snow Crows has managed to... It looks like they managed to hack the terminal with one person. So they're both going to the second subject alpha
that was
fight.
a great recovery by Snow
That
Crows.
was incredibly
Using
well
stealth to have one person go do it while pulling the golem's attention elsewhere. That was really strong.
Assuming Spire doesn't die on her run over.
Well, now the teams are neck and neck. And it's going to come down to execution on Bjarl in the last alpha. That was an impressive recovery by Snow Crows. I was counting them out, but they managed to recover nicely and think on their feet.
Yeah, definitely. That is one aspect of speedrunning that is absolutely crucial. You have to be able to think on the fly really well. So even if they had practiced a 5-man hack strategy, then I mean, you have to be prepared because anything can happen, and they were definitely prepared. They reacted accordingly.
Looks like Snow Crows is fighting the boss in the middle, as is... Oh no, actually it looks like Warrior Still OP LOS the boss. And Warrior Still OP is moving on to Bjarl. Snow Crow's having a little trouble with Alpha here.
Looks like they have one LE down, recovering.
And this is going to come down to the wire.
Absolutely. Hopefully we don't see any double sanctuary tricks, because that would result in a disqualification.
Yes, no double sanctuary. We do not want to have a repeat of the wall. Snow Crow's just fighting him right on the pole. I guess they're not going to use any sanctuary. Snow Crow's a little bit ahead on DPS at this point.
Using those Frostbow 5s to keep them frozen.
Yep, keep in mind too that Snow Crows started about 2 or 3 seconds behind. Oh, and it looks like Bjarl's Ice Shield came up for Warrior Still OP. That's going to cost them big time. And he came up for Snow Crows. So both teams are going to take a little bit longer to kill the boss. Snow Crows needs to get that Ice Shield down, and so does Warrior Still OP.
Yep, they've got to lead the boss into one of these pillars on the side of the room. He has to charge into it to get rid of his Ice Shield.
Snow Crows' Bjarl just barely missed that pillar.
Absolutely.
And it looks like Warrior Still OP's Bjarl has lost his Ice Shield, and they are going to start DPSing him.
They better CC him soon. There's a fairy.
Oh, this Snow Crows are getting trolled by this boss. Not charging.
It looks like he's gotten his ice shield back up for Warriors Still OP.
Oh, at 25%. So
Yeah,
close.
and it looks like Snowcrows will be
You
able
might
to kill him
here.
before the ice shield comes back up.
Of course, just a quick Frostbow 5 if they need it. And it would be good game for Bjarl.
And Bjarl's dead. Snowcrow's going to move on to the last alpha. That ice shield coming up a second time for Warriors Still OP was quite unfortunate. And that's the risky run when you don't have the Elementalist in your party.
Looks like Warriors Still OP has taken Bjarl down, but I think it's going to be too late for them at this point. Subject Alpha is already at about 50% HP, dropping even faster than that for Snowcrows. It looks like they're going to take this one home.
So many AoEs.
And that is it. Good game for Snowcrows. They have taken this match. 2-0 over Warriors Still OP. That was a really entertaining match. It was back and forth. Just when one team looked like they had an advantage, the other team managed to make a big play to come back. I think that's really all going to come down to Snowcrows thinking on their feet and getting that hacking event done quickly.